you have thyroid issues and you're going to be overweight and obese for the rest of your life. Every day there's someone breaking that myth. I tell everyone, if you have health issues, please try it for 30 days. It's a 30-day money back guarantee program, people. Just because I'm Indian doesn't mean I'm now on the wrong path. I still fast because when they fast, they eat veg. When we fast, we drink water and that's it. And the dark neck's gone, dark underarms are going, the body hair is going. People think that we actually starve ourselves. No, honey, we don't starve ourselves. We eat a lot of food.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to introduce you to Shanti. She's one of my TikTok buddies that I recently met. Her story is unlike any other that I've shared on my channel, so I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me, Shanti. Please tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, and what your life looked like before you found the proper human diet.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. My name's Chantal. I'm from Durban, South Africa. I am 43 years old and I work in the industrial property sector in operations. A year ago, I actually didn't even know what Carnivore was. I didn't. My brother introduced me to it. And between him and myself, I think we've tried a lot of the mainstream diets over the years. And we've always tried to be as healthy as we could, gymming and eating healthy and, not eating your normal food that we grew up eating, but always trying to, um, being Indian, but going into like, we used to have a lot of salads, a lot of veg, cooked with the right oils and whatever, So we actually really thought we were pretty healthy. My brother went on the carnivore diet. He tried it for a month and he had to come off it for a bit. And when he was ready to go back on it again, he asked me to give it a try. And my first reaction was no. I was like, no, I can't do that. Because we ate a lot of white meat and we had red meat, but it was like very rarely, like a once a week kind of thing. And when he explained carnivore to me, and it seemed like I would have to overload myself with red meat, I was like, no way, I can't do this. And he was like, okay, give it a try for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. So I was like, I'm not taking your word for it. I'm going to do my own research. And I think that's what I tell a lot of people as well. Don't take my word for it. Do your research, And so I did extensive research. I've watched enough videos, really looked it up. And after a few weeks, I was ready to start and ready to try, but I was ready to try because of everything that I've heard about the health benefits of going on carnivore. So the four of us, which is myself, my husband, my brother, and my sister-in-law, decided, okay, 13th of January, we are going to start carnivore, the four of us, and we're going to give it a 30-day trial. And after 30 days, we're going to decide, okay, this is for us or it's not for us. Because most of the research I did, everyone said, okay, you do see results within 2 weeks, but in order to really feel the results, you would need at least 30 days. 30 days later, and we sat down and we're like, okay, so we are not going back to the old normal, are we? I never experienced in my life, I never experienced something that turned my whole life around in 30 days. I mean, it's like a 30-day money back guarantee kind of thing. It was such a wow moment. It wasn't even about the weight loss, because it wasn't something that I went and weighed myself every day or anything. And it was only a few days where it took our bodies time to adjust to the consumption of, the fats and the red meat and those kind of things. But the health benefits, we saw changes within days. And within 30 days, your body feels so much lighter, so much lighter. And your body actually feels different. There's no, your bloating's gone, your body inflammation's gone. So everyone notices a major difference in you, the way you look, within 2 weeks. Everyone else notices the weight loss. We didn't really pay attention to the weight loss. In the second month, I weighed myself and I had lost 10 kilos within 2 months. And then in the third month, which wasn't a full third month, I lost another 2 kilos. So I tell everyone that I lost 12 kilos in the first 3 months, but I basically lost 12 kilos in the first 2.5 months. And yes, I've been shrinking since then, but I haven't weighed myself since then. Because for us, I feel like, okay, carnivore, I'm going to lose as much weight as I need to lose. Not because I'm starving myself or anything. I'm just building muscle. And obviously carnivore is making me healthier from the inside. Yeah, so we are constantly losing. But like I said, the health benefits far outweigh the weight loss. I've been on thyroid chronic meds since 2012. I don't have a thyroid. And initially on carnivore, I had all the reverse symptoms that you are supposed to have, which means I felt exhausted, I felt sleepy, I felt tired all the time. And I decided, okay, let me go off my chronic meds for about 3 days and see what happens. And my energy levels picked up. I wasn't sleepy. I wasn't tired. So the symptoms basically did a complete turnaround. And I haven't taken my chronic meds since then, because if you don't have a thyroid or you've got thyroid issues, you would know that if you forget to take your medication for 2 days in a row, your body becomes so depleted that it's difficult to even wake up and go and shower because that's how little energy you do have.
How many weeks or months into carnivore did you stop taking the thyroid medication?
I think it was about 3 weeks into carnivore.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like 3 or 4 weeks into carnivore. And if you don't take thyroid medication, you obviously tend to blow up and put on a lot of weight as well. Because now the thyroid medication keeps all those things in balance because it balances your hormones and stuff like that. But I haven't been on my meds for the longest time and I'm still losing with carnivore and I still have the energy. I've never been that person to sleep in on the weekend, whatever. I've always been like an energizer bunny and I still am, even without my meds. My husband had wheezing and chest problems since he was a child. And with sinuses in summer, he's always popping medication. In winter, he's nebulizing twice a day. I think 2 weeks into carnivore, and he didn't need all those things.
I would not believe you if I wasn't on carnivore myself.
I mean, it's like not even a year later, not even a year into carnivore, and we haven't visited a pharmacy to buy medication. My husband hasn't had any flare-ups with his wheezing, chest problems, sinus problems, nothing. He had psoriasis, which is obviously like a skin condition like eczema, but it was something that was just starting. It wasn't something he had for a long time. It was just starting up. And within a week of being on carnivore, it disappeared completely. Disappeared completely, and well, it never came back. It never came back. Like absolutely never came back. And it's like so many changes, like even the small changes have made such a big impact. My husband suffers with adult acne, so he's always had bumpy skin and whatever, right? Now he's got no acne problem. His skin is smooth and his complexion's even lightened a few times. Uh, you can't even say it's some sort of miracle drug that we're taking, because it kind of feels that way, that we're cheating. If you get, if you
Yes.
understand what I'm saying, it feels like we're cheating the system or we're cheating something, because like how did we go from being like this to being like this? And that's just by the food that we eat only.
Everything you're saying makes me see why this way of eating gets such bad publicity. Because if everyone ate like this, there'd be no money to make, there'd be no one to take advantage of, no one to manipulate, there'll be no patients, there'll be no, the whole medical industry will
So it
die.
will fall apart. Exactly. And the thing is, with other diets and healthier eating ways, I mean, the food is sad. you know the food is really sad, where you feel I'm like on a diet. And most days it's like such a struggle to make it through. But with carnivore, it's not, because it's like with other diets you get tired after a while, and you want to cheat and you want to have a treat and things like that. But with carnivore, once you pass 30 days, your body doesn't crave for anything else but what you're allowed to eat on carnivore. So there's no sugar cravings, there's no carb cravings. um all your body wants is more and more red meat, because your body feels like this is what's making me better, this is what's healing me. So I want more and more of it. I want fat and I want red meat, and I want it in abundance, and that's all you feel like eating.
I wanted to talk in particular about your journey with your thyroid because, well, selfishly, I have my cousin-in-law who's going through a lot with her thyroid, and I've tried to send her videos about Carnivore, but I don't think she's watched them. So I'm hoping that she'll watch this one because I'm actually in it. Please tell us about your thyroid journey and why you think Carnivore helped you and how you got to the point of losing your thyroid and why you think the carnivore diet has helped you to even get off your meds even though you don't have your thyroid anymore.
In 2012, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and I had to have my thyroid completely removed before I went for any treatment. And so anyway, I've been on thyroid medication since 2012. And the period that I wasn't on any medication was when I had my thyroid removed, and then I had to wait, because there was a whole lot of tests that I had to undergo. So I had to wait I was diagnosed in March and I went for treatment in October. So from March to October, I wasn't allowed to be on any medication for my thyroid. And because I wasn't allowed to be on any medication for my thyroid, I had to be boarded off from work, because I couldn't obviously even wake up. I didn't even have enough energy to wake up and make myself a cup of tea or shower. You couldn't get out of bed. So I had to just lay there and wait for treatment. And once that treatment was over, could I now go on thyroid medication? So once I went on thyroid medication, and it was like, if you miss your medication for 3 days, it's going to take another 3 days for your body to readjust to the medication. And it's going to be a really, really crazy 6 days because you're going to be so tired and so exhausted, and you're not going to be a fully functioning human being. And not being, and being a woman, being a woman and not being able to be functional is very sort of demeaning and whatever, and you get upset with yourself and you get frustrated, because you always have a lot of energy, and being off your medication really brings everything right down. So I've never been off my medication, never. There were a few times when I forgot to get, and I had to do without it. And by the second day, I could already feel myself getting so tired and drained and exhausted. And so I've never ever said that, you know what, I don't want to take my medication anymore, because I know what not taking it would do to me. And so when we went on Carnivore, I had all the adverse symptoms that we're supposed to have on Carnivore. Well, according to my research, they say that your energy levels pick up, and you've got so much of energy, and you are not tired enough to sleep, and all these wonderful things. And I was like tired all the time and drained out. And I was like, okay, so what's going on? Like, I'm sleepy all the time. Even during the day, I'm like sleepy all the time. I don't understand. And I'm getting like headaches and whatever. And I decided, you know what? Let me just not take my medication for 3 days. See what happens. See what happens, because I couldn't understand, because nothing made sense. And it didn't make sense because here I am sitting at a table with three other people, and they are telling me about how their brain fog's gone, how they have unlimited energy. And I'm looking at my husband, and he is like, he's got a lot of energy, and he can think clearly, and all these good things, and I'm the only one of this lot that's feeling the way I am. So I stopped my meds for 3 days. And after the third day, I became like my old self again. I became a burst of energy, like an energizer bunny. And I was like so happy because now I'm feeling like myself. And it was because I said, no, I don't want to take the medication. Let me eliminate the medication, because it can't be the food. It can't be the diet, because I'm sitting, my whole family is on the diet and everyone else is fine. I'm the only one that's having issues. So I said, let me just stop this, because this is the only thing that, I'm doing different from everyone else. And stopping it for 3 days, and I've had a lot of people ask me this question as well, because they have a lot of family members that are on thyroid meds and whatever, and they're like, you know what, I'm not sure what it would do if they had to stop their thyroid meds. And I'm like, I'm not saying stop it. I'm saying try it for 3 days. That's what I'm saying, because that's my experience. Stop your meds for 3 days. That wouldn't do you a lot of harm. And if after 3 days you feel like you need to go back on your meds, then you need to go back on your meds. Because what may work for me may not work for you, but there is no way that it wouldn't work for you. Like, absolutely no way, you know, because it's like your body just starts healing, and you actually feel, your insides actually feel healthier. That really doesn't even make sense, that you would not have an organ and you wouldn't need anything to supplement that organ. I mean, think about it.
No,
Think about it. It's mind blowing because the possibilities are endless.
wow. I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't, I, everyone is so, like, even before Carnivore, I was always so afraid of like my thyroid health, because when you research it, there's just no answers. They just like there's no way to heal it. That's it.
Yes,
If you
that's
lose it,
one thing. That's one thing there's no answers for.
yes. And here you are, you're sitting here and you're telling me you don't even have one. And you're thriving.
Yes, exactly. There's your answer there. I mean, you don't have answers. You just have to take the meds the doctors give you, and hope for the best.
Yeah. And
And know that if your thyroid's giving you issues, then you're going to feel like an 80-year-old woman. Now with carnivore, I think even if you're an 80-year-old woman, you'll be fine, completely fine. You know?
exactly. That's why I'm like sitting here and I don't know what to say because everything I've read, everything I've been told, hearing my cousin-in-law's story, people with hypothyroidism, they're just hopeless and helpless. The doctors
Mm,
don't have answers. Nobody has answers. You just accept you're going to be super thin or you're going to be super overweight. You just
yes,
accept.
you just accept it because it is what it is. Because that's what you're
Yeah,
told. That's what you're told. You're told, you know what, you have thyroid issues and you're going to be overweight and obese for the rest of your life. And it's
yeah,
because you have a health condition. But now we're here to tell you that every day there's someone breaking that myth, someone who's going on carnivore and breaking a myth. I tell everyone, if you have health issues, please try it for 30 days. It's a 30-day money back guarantee program, people. It's a 30-day money back guarantee. And you actually have the added advantage, I mean, of eating good food for the 30 days, It's not like,
unlimited, unlimited,
yes,
unlike any
yes,
other
it's not like we're putting you on this tiny, teeny pill for 30 days and you're gonna regret it. So even if it doesn't work for you in 30 days, you still had a good freaking 30 days with your steak every day. But I mean, the changes that we are constantly seeing, because someone asked me recently, I think it was one of my cousins asked us, so when are you going to stop? And we're like, stop what?
time.
And we're like, carnivore. And I'm like, never. And she's like, what do you mean never? You've lost enough weight already. I'm like, no, this is us now. Like, we are not changing. We're not going back to the old normal. This is our normal now. You know,
That's so, that is a
we are
hilarious
done with
question.
the old normal. We're not going back. We're not going back.
That's a funny question because everybody else on every other diet, they always say, okay, so you've achieved your goal. So when are you coming back to the carbs, the sugars, the dessert, you know? It's normal in any other diet to go
Yes,
back.
everyone jumps to go back to their normal way of eating. It's like, okay, yes, I'm at my goal weight now. It's time for me to go back, and I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine because I have discipline. Yeah, I have discipline. I'll be fine. And we're like, no, this is us now. Fair enough. We reached, because someone also asked me recently, so what is your goal weight? And I'm like, huh? And like, don't you think you've lost enough weight now? So that's why we want to know, like, what is your goal weight? Like, why are you still on this diet? I'm like, I'm not here for the weight loss. I am not here for the weight loss. And a lot of people think that we actually starve ourselves. No, honey, we don't starve ourselves. We eat a lot of food. We eat a lot of food. We eat a lot of protein. We eat a lot of fat. We don't starve ourselves. We didn't lose all this weight starving ourselves because they cannot understand. How did you lose all that weight eating the things that we are told not to eat too much of?
It is crazy, and I don't blame them for not understanding because I also wouldn't understand if I hadn't seen it for myself.
But even people who see it for themselves, it feels like you have to convince them. And I'm like, no, I don't need to convince anybody. At the end of the day, I am telling you that you have the secret in the palm of your hands. Like, we are all talking about it. We are all living proof of it. And I mean, you see it. The proof is in the pudding, like carnivore pudding, not normal pudding, carnivore pudding. The proof is in our pudding now, but like my sister-in-law is like if you see her and you do not decide, okay, I'm going on carnivore right now after seeing her. She is a PCOS girly, and she struggled with PCOS since she was 12. She's had diabetes since she was 12. And she's always been a big girl because of that, you know? But the prettiest big girl you would ever find. And now she's literally half her size,
Wow.
like literally half her size, and the dark neck's gone, the dark
Wow.
underarms are going, the body hair is going, her complexion has lightened, like she's doing some fairness treatment, or, you know, she's becoming a whole nother person. And not like she wasn't gorgeous before, but I mean, she is like really owning it now. And yes, we've all lost a lot of weight, so everybody sees us and sees all the weight we've lost. But she literally, like less than a year ago, she was two of who she is now. And she is getting more and more gorgeous as the days go by. I mean, like really, what more proof do you need?
I can imagine. And the people who know her probably like, nah, it can't be meat.
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone asks her, like, so what are you doing? Like, and she's like, I eat meat every day. Like, no, can't be that. And her diabetes is like regulated, and she is so chuffed. She is so chuffed because now her periods are regular, and her gynae told her like straight out, I don't know what you're doing, but please don't stop.
Wow.
I don't know what diet you're on, but please don't stop because your whole body seems to be normalizing. Like your whole body
Gosh.
literally seems to it's like becoming normal, so
Wow.
just don't
And
stop
this
doing what you're doing.
and this is PCOS and diabetes. Both are conditions that they say are irreversible. Okay. So
Yes,
this is like
yes,
two two miracles in one person.
exactly. Two miracles in one person. And then it's like she got rid of a whole nother person on top of that. And she is blooming and glowing, and it's been remarkable. It has been absolutely remarkable. And as a family, I'm so glad that we decided to go on this journey and start this journey as a family. And because it's made such a difference. Well, it's made things easier for us, no doubt about that. Um, because we don't have we don't have to prepare differently for anyone. We
Yeah.
all eat the same food. We're not getting tempted by anyone's food because someone else is eating differently, and it makes our lives so much easier that we and it's such a nice feeling being able to be on this journey and to share this journey, and like every week share our wins on carnivore, and and it's become our life now. It's been really, really fantastic. I have no other words to describe it, no other words at all.
Well, that's what I love most about your story is that it's a family affair, which is very rare for most carnivores. Most of us, our families think we're crazy, they think we're extreme. So I commend you for taking your brother's advice as his sister because yes, you said no in the beginning, but you still made the steps to do your own research and find your reason to do it, which was now look, your whole life has changed.
And I think it's like, so, because we're like really close, and we've always been really close. I mean, we've always been like best friends. So, um, my brother always came over every Friday night and Saturday night. He came over for supper. It was like always our thing. Even when we were single. he would come over to my place for supper on a Friday night and Saturday night. And then even when we met our partners, same story. So for years, it's been the same thing, it's just the partners got included. So we spend every Friday night and Saturday night together. The four of us double date all the time. Like my husband and I never go out on a date with just the two of us. My brother and sister-in-law will never go out on a date, just the two of them. It's always going to be a double date. So if I feel like going somewhere, it's the four of us. If anyone feels like doing something, it's always the four of us. So my brother was like, okay, so the four of us need to do this, kind of
Yes.
thing. And yeah, so I'm really grateful that he actually pushed for it. Yes, I did my research and whatever, but I am really grateful that he did push for it, because the difference it's made in all our lives, a massive difference, and we need to step away from mainstream media and society, and step away from all the things that we thought we knew. Our ancestors didn't go and buy a packet of jelly tots. Our ancestors did not go and buy a 2-liter cool drink, They foraged, and they only ate when they could get food and whatever. So, like we spoke on our lives as well, we talk about how costly life is getting and how expensive everything is getting. So, why aren't we going back old school, like really, really old school? Go back to basics. Go back to how our ancestors did it, how our grandparents did it. They didn't eat 3 meals a day. They didn't eat 5 meals a day. They didn't have snacks in between. They couldn't afford all these things. They had one meal a day if they were lucky. And most of the
Yeah,
time, I mean, they would have a piece of meat. They didn't have sides. They didn't have all these fancy things that went along with it. As long as they had a piece of meat, they know they sustained for the next few days.
I agree. Thank goodness we found this part. That's all I can say.
I'm telling you, I like really, um, if a year ago you told me that this is where I would be now, I would have said, no, you're completely crazy, because that is not even possible. But it's like we all look and feel 10 years younger than we did a year ago. And we
Yeah,
have the pictures to prove it. I mean, we literally have the pictures to prove it. I mean, my brother he looks like definitely 10 years younger than he did a year ago. Desh and I as well, we look 10 years younger than we did a year ago. My sister-in-law as well. I mean, you just change, and we have all these pictures that prove it. And what we're saying to everybody is, there's a way for you to take your health seriously. There's a way for you to put your health first, and try it. That's all you need to do. Try it.
I agree. 30 days is all it takes, as you said.
That's all it takes. What do you have to lose? Like, but you have nothing to lose, actually. And it heals so much. I mean, we've seen people have chronic back pains and knee pains and all these things. And after 2 weeks on Carnivore, we've come across ladies with chronic pain and all these things. And in some cultures, the bigger you are, it's like then you are fertile and whatever. So that basically talks about your success and your prosperity. And if you're skinny, it's a problem. So
Yes,
these poor women would suffer with chronic knee pains and chronic back pains and whatever, because in society you're supposed to look a certain way. And then they go on Carnivore, and before they start losing the weight, the knee pains stop, the back pain stop, all these things stop, and then they're like, okay, we're onto a good thing. And then the weight starts coming off, and they start feeling better about themselves. It's all about how Carnivore makes you feel. and they are not going to stop. And I don't see a lot of them stopping in the future, because how it changed their lives is exactly like how it's changed our lives as well.
It's true both in your community and in mine as well. The bigger you are, the more desirable you are as a woman.
Yes, yes, and it speaks about abundance and your childbearing hips and all these kind
Yeah.
of things. And the thing
You know,
is, you know what? I don't want to have childbearing hips with knees that don't work.
the funny thing about me is I've gone from the opposite. I was always, and so Carnivore has given me those hips actually.
Oh, wow. Well done. Well done.
So I think it balances you according to wherever you're coming from.
Yes, it
And
gives you the curves in all the right places.
yeah, and we become our best selves no matter what your previous issue was. So if you were overweight, you'll become your perfect weight. If you're underweight, you'll also become your perfect weight.
Wait, yes, yes.
Yeah,
You become who you're meant to be
exactly. Because of meat. Crazy. Hey?
because of meat. Yes.
Like you, I've tried lots of diets. I also thought I was healthy, doing all of those things, but nothing has made me feel like this. And yeah, it really does turn off the cravings. This is my longest stint in my life without chocolate, you know?
I know. Like everybody like asks me like how do you do it? Like how do you fast and how do you eat red meat every day and how do I mean you tell them because that's what my body craves. That's what my body wants, you know? And yes, at the beginning of Carnivore, we all wanted variety because I felt like, oh, when I saw videos of people on Carnivore, and every day they had steak and eggs, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to eat steak and eggs every day. And so at the beginning of Carnivore, you want a whole lot of variety, so you see all these carnivore recipes and you want to try them and you want to make this and you want to make that, and then it gets to like 6 months in, and then you understand all those videos that you see of everyone eating just steak and eggs. And then it makes sense to you because now all you want to eat is steak and eggs and nothing else.
Yeah, that's so funny. It makes me think of my carnivore WhatsApp group. So when I started it, I thought we were all going to be sharing our meals every day, and it just gets quieter and quieter because we're all eating the same
The
things
same
every
thing.
day.
Exactly. We're all eating the same things. So
And
you
it
you
doesn't,
you want you want to try different things for content and stuff like that and to keep people interested, but it all comes back down to the same thing.
there's nothing to share because steak and eggs is enough.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, Carnivore it's really been a game changer. And I'm not really one for social media, so I do have TikTok though, and I think obviously your algorithm pushes you onto people that. And a few months ago, I came across a lady from Johannesburg, Toko, and she was talking about carnivore and about fasting and like motivating people. And I started following her. And then I started following her, and she has a very big following. And she is like really preaches the word of carnivore. So she has lives 3 times a week. And I came across the live one day and I joined as a guest speaker. And I don't even know how that happened, but it happened. And so now I am one of the wonderful people that are on the panel of her lives. We have lives 3 times a week. And I promise you, firstly, I didn't know that there was such a big following of carnivore in South Africa.
Yeah.
I didn't know, that it was a thing. Like I thought we were the only insane people doing it, but it turns out that we have a whole kind of sisterhood doing it. And it's been such an emotional ride because we have women from all walks of life. tuning into our lives and then leaving those lives and now looking at carnivore, researching carnivore, and deciding, okay, just by listening to us and hearing us talk about it and what it's done for us, they decide to give it a go. They decide to give it a go. And I think it was last week, one of the ladies came on and she said, I just came on to say something. And that is, I started Carnivore because I came on this live and you guys had so much of good things to say about it. And I decided to try it. And then I came back on because I couldn't manage being on Carnivore. And she's like, but you ladies encouraged me, you know, and whatever you said to me motivated me so much that I even spoke to my husband and told him to join me. And he joined me. And we stayed. We stayed on Carnivore for the 30 days. And it's made such a difference in our lives. It's made such a difference to us individually, and it's made such a difference to us as a couple. We've seen so much of changes. So I came on to tell you ladies that please, please just don't stop doing what you're doing. Because even though not every woman is going to come out here and tell you that I started Carnivore because I came on this live by accident, but there's so many women that are watching that you are inspiring, that you are motivating to change and to make that change in our lives. And I mean, we as women, we tend to forget about ourselves because we're always taking care of everyone else, always saying to everyone else. And it's so beautiful knowing that it's become a sisterhood now. It's become one big happy family. And we are inspiring women to embrace themselves and to take care of themselves and to put themselves first, because you really can't pour from an empty cup. Once you start taking care of your health and your health is fine, then you can take care of everyone so much better. It makes you a better person because then you don't have all these pains, and it affects your moods and your emotions and all those things as well.
Yes, I agree. I've seen it for myself, and the reason I invited you, and the reason I invited Togo, the reason I invited Louise is because my heart is in South Africa, and seeing South African women finding carnivores made me so happy because our people need healing and we've been eating so wrong for so long. So what you're saying just makes me so happy. Yeah, I'm so glad that Togo's page exists because there
Yeah.
are so many people, and seeing people who look like you are like, an ambassador for the Indian community. Togo's doing the Black community. It gives you so much comfort to know that it's worked for someone who looks like you. And I can imagine in the Indian community, it's not very popular to eat red meat only. I
No, it's
can't
not.
imagine.
It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not at all. And it's also breaking stereotypes and breaking the generational gaps per se. I mean, I've gotten this question a lot. Like, if you're on carnivore, then how do you fast? Do you eat red meat every day? And I'm like, no, I do fast, and I probably fast a whole lot more than you do. And I actually fast the right way because I stay without any food at all. So just because I'm Indian doesn't mean I'm now on the wrong path because I'm a carnivore. I still fast, but we carnivore people, we tend to actually fast more than your normal day-to-day people. And because when they fast, they eat veg. When we fast, we drink water and that's it. You know,
You're
so
right.
so we actually fast, and we take our fasting a bit more seriously, and we actually fast a bit more than they actually do. So
That's amazing because I'm sure there's people out there who are afraid that eating this way takes you away from your culture or from your religion,
No,
but
not at
clearly not.
all. Not at all, not at all, not at all. I mean, my first meal for the day is at what, 7:30, 8 p.m. That's my first meal for the day. And that's every day. That's every day because I don't keep track of it because I don't want to come home and say, oh no, I've got to break my fast at 6 o'clock. No, I
Mm.
come home and I have a million things to do before I even think about eating. So I don't keep track of it. I mean, I've done a fair amount of 36-hour fasts, a fair amount of 48-hour fasts, and some 72 hours. But the 72 hours are like, well, that's like a real breaker kind of thing. But we've done it, and it's because you are so satiated on carnivore that you don't feel like even after 72 hours, you do not feel like you're starving. And that's the beautiful thing about it is that at no point, whether you're on one meal a day, whether you're doing 36 hours, whether you're doing 48 hours, there's no point where you're actually starving. You do not feel like you're starving. And I tell everyone, don't keep track of your fast. Like, don't set it in stone. Don't say, I'm going to fast for 48 hours. And then if you're hungry at 40 hours, say, no, I can't eat now because I have got 8 hours more to go. You don't do that. You say, okay, I'm going to try for 48 hours or whatever, or I'm going to fast. But I'm going to eat when I'm hungry. And if it's after 40 hours, then so be it. You eat when you're hungry.
I think also when people start carnivore, they think that it is all about fasting and one meal a day. But what other advice would you give to someone who is new to this way of eating?
Listen to your body. Your body, you may not understand it now, but your body speaks to you. I can tell you what my body says to me. I can tell you what I do for myself on carnivore. We are a family of four that's on carnivore, and all four of us are on different types of carnivore, should I say. My husband's on 2 meals a day. My brother's on 3 meals a day, sometimes two, sometimes he fasts. My sister-in-law is on 3 meals a day. Everyone's body is different. So you listen to your body. I mean, yes, there's guidelines that we follow and there's rules and stuff like that we follow, but your body will speak to you. Your body will tell you what it needs when it needs it.
That's true. I agree. And it's only when the food noise stops and you stop having sugar and you stop having carbs that you can actually hear your body, right?
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and thank you for joining me on my channel. I'm so happy to have met you and so happy to see an Indian carnivore thriving. I don't know if you know Dr. Ankur Sharma, but
Yes, yes.
he's also another Indian carnivore who's thriving. So anyone who is your culture, my culture, any other culture who's concerned about is this gonna work for a person of color? We are
Oh,
the
yes, it
evidence.
does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And thank you so much for inviting me. It was lovely chatting to you again, as usual. And I can't wait for you to come to South Africa.
Oh, as soon as I can, I'll be there. I wish I could come for Christmas, but not this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.